Let's talk about badges. Some of you may be confused on what types of badges you may want to equip your survivors. I've tested a few variety of badges and what I feel is the best for my guys, so I hope this may help some of you regarding badges. I only had enough badges to help with my assault, hunter, shooter, and scout, so those are the ones I'll be discussing in this video. First up are assaults. Multi-targeting badass assaults that are used as tanks. And I don't normally use them for their power, but I do use them for their stun ability. And in this challenge map, Armored Compound is a great example of how I use them. For the first scenario of Armored Compound, if I want to just kill them all and take a few hits along the way, I'll be using 2 assaults and a hunter. Abraham will be the leader so that I can use his damage buff for extra power. Let's look at Abraham's badges. As you can see, I stacked him with damage reduction and health. Just because of the lack of badges, I would replace that critical damage slot with more health. Maybe next time. My other assault is a work in progress, but when I do have enough badges for him, I will stack him the same way as I did with Abraham. I will try to stack him with health and damage reduction. For now, his health is at 7,000, so it should be enough to keep him from getting bruised if he ever gets hit. In this map scenario, I'll be constantly using Abraham as the tank. The first hit, he barely gets scratched. He takes a 428 damage hit, but it was not a critical hit. Right there, he takes another non-critical hit at 452 damage. And another non-critical at 397. Now the next hit he takes is a critical hit, but it is only at 1391. Now I don't know if you ever look at the damage meter, but normally when a walker hits me and it is non-critical, the damage is similar to the critical hits Abraham is getting hit with right now. The hunter just got hit by an armored walker and it was a non-critical hit. He just got hit with 1399 damage. That is basically what Abraham gets hits for as a critical hit. Critical hits are so much more severe than a non-critical one. The last hit Abraham takes is a critical one at 1423. The damage Abraham is absorbing is in fact a lifesaver for these types of challenges where you are basically stuck in a room full of walkers and you will most likely need to take a few hits. Now let's look at Abraham's trait. He has the defensive trait that will absorb even more damage during Overwatch. This is crucial when you combine Sasha's leader trait for setting up charges for your assaults. We are still going to be looking at Armored Compound, but now we will be using Sasha's leader trait with 2 other assaults. Now in this scenario, Abraham will be used as a tank again, so that my other assault can get a charge stun ability right away. The first hit Abraham absorbs was a critical hit, and he only lost 822 health points, compared to the 1300 to 1400 he would normally lose. Now we're going to let him tank the rest of these walkers so that Sakushi, my other assault, can charge up his weapon. Three armored walkers got a hit on Abe, and even though he got lucky with a couple of dodges, a non-critical attack only hit him for 321 hit points, with the defensive trait activated. The fact that he has more than 6,200 health points will allow him to survive a few hits coupled with damage reduction. Now Sakushi was able to charge up his weapon, and now we can just take turns stunning the walkers, and it should be a clean run from this point. With ruthless armor on their gear, they should die within a few stuns and a few hits. Next up are the scouts and shooters. When you couple these guys together in a single target fight, they will shine. Scouts' ability to critically brain stab their enemy, while shooters have the capability of two-shotting their enemies with their powerful weapon. For my scout, I have stacked damage and critical damage. As you can see from her badges, I am trying to complete her badge sets with the same patterns on each slot. Since there are at least 4 or more badges that have that hexagon shape in their slots, I will get a bonus for each of them. I'll be getting an extra 20% buff on each of the badges within the same set. My scout has 5 badges in the same set, so the numbers will add up quickly. For my shooter, I have also stacked damage and critical damage. For single targeting survivors, I want them to kill these special walkers quickly, so this is my preference, and you will see how powerful their attacks will be for Double Trouble and Barbecue. For my shooter, he will get the 20% extra buff on his sets of badges that have a circle pattern. My shooter's first attack was a critical hit, and because of his bonus damage buff, he just hit that normal walker for almost 15k. And he just did it again with the next walker with almost a 15k hit. Now that he has a charge on his weapon, let's see what he does on the heavy walker. First, I'm going to move to the spawn blocking spot, since next turn the wave of walkers will come. Using my charge ability, I just hit that heavy walker for more than 17k in damage. My shooter basically killed the heavy walker all by himself without the aid of my other survivors. One charge, he's done. Now let's use the brain stab charge on my scout. Her critical hit on the heavy walker just hit for 21,000 damage. My shooter can finish him off to activate the exit. My shooter and scout were the main stars of this map, taking only 2 shots to kill a level 28 heavy walker. Now this map was perfect for my duo team because there were normal walkers that helped with building charges. But what about the map Barbecue where there are no walkers to help build charges? How would they handle a map just filled with heavy walkers? So the next map Barbecue is RSL 28 where most of the heavy walkers will be level 28. Again, my shooter and scouts are stacked with damage and critical damage. My hunter will be discussed later in the video, but here's a sneak peek of her badges. When we start this map, I will shoot the nearest heavy walker with my hunter and my shooter will finish him off. As I pick these heavy walkers off one by one, notice the damage my shooter inflicts on them. My shooter is consistently hitting them for more than 12k per action. With damage like that, I can basically take care of all the fatties on this map with my shooter. Next, let's talk about hunters. Hunters are known for their AoE ability, which means they can damage multiple enemies in one shot. For Roadrunner, I'll be using Abraham for his damage buff, my Scout for her interrupt, and my Hunter. As you can see, my Hunter has the critical damage weapon so that I did not stack her with critical damage. Instead, I stacked her with critical chance. Since she does not have the trait Sure Shot, I will not max out on critical chance at 90%. Hunters have the best AoE range damage compared to assaults, but if they do not proc critical attacks, what is the use of increasing critical damage? I normally use my Hunter to weaken the walkers so that my assault can finish them off getting a stun charge. So let's try Roadrunner, where there are a lot of special walkers in one map, and it is a great example of using AoE. When we start off, I will use my Hunter to kill off the normal walkers and weaken the special walkers. The normal walkers just got hit for 14k, while the heavy walkers got hit for 15k. This is similar to what my shooter and scout were doing earlier in the video. I will use my scout to interrupt the ones that are getting close by, while my hunter and assault kill off the special walkers. I will start moving to the spawn blocking spot to block the bottom spawns. This is the spawn blocking position, and if you place your survivors this way, only the 2 spawns on the top of the map will appear. Now my hunter got a charge on her weapon. Since their charge attacks are a 100% critical hit coupled with her ruthless armor, let's see how she handles these armored walkers. With the help of Abraham's buff, the hunter buff, her armor, and her critical damage on her weapon, she just one-shot armored walkers at level 27. I already know her critical damage shots will be amazing, so that is why I stacked her with critical chance, so that her normal shots have the chance to be as strong as her critical shots. Now let's just finish off these walkers and start moving towards the exit. I will place my survivors in this corner to spawn block the 3 that usually appear there, so that I can use my charge attacks to finish off the ones on the right side of the map. With my charge abilities active on both my hunter and assault, I know I will be safe. Now you can just ignore the other walkers on the far left and run to the exit. Now let's check out RSL 28 Tier 3 Getting Burnt, using my hunter once again and Abraham as the leader. I will bring another hunter which I've tried to stack similarly to my 4 pink hunter, but he needs work since I do not have the badges for him yet. At the start of the map, I will clear the trash closest to my survivors. Even my other hunter just critically hit a walker for more than 10k in damage. Normally, I will take my hunter and assault to the bottom towards the first locked box. I will keep them in this corner for the spawn so that they will appear in a nice row for them to finish off. I keep my strongest hunter up on top near the gate so that she can help me show all the hidden walkers inside the gated area, and at the same time, she can help me clear the ones inside so that my other 2 survivors can get inside safely. For the next spawn, I will place my hunter in this spot so that she can help me kill all the walkers on the bottom row. Her powerful attack can one-shot them. She just hit all of these level 29 walkers with her charge ability for more than 18k damage each. Now I will finish off the inside ones with my assault and the other hunters while they grab the locked boxes. Next, I just unlock the gate and they can head home. Thanks for watching again. I hope this kind of helps how badges can benefit your survivors and how much stronger they can be. If you tested with other trait badges and they seem more powerful, please let me know so I can try them out too.